Hi guys, welcome to my channel and today we will talk about exams. We are going to talk about the key topics like exam registration, exam patterns, exam tips and tricks, what needs to be done, what needs not to be done as you are giving the exam for the very first time. It's very important to understand that what things will help you in clearing your exam without any UFM. UFM is basically a notice of for the unfair means. So how you can just save yourself in getting the UFM, and definitely we are going to talk about the previous year question banks, which is very important, where we are covering like what are the important questions in terms of MCQ, in terms of descriptive. So that we will be covering at the end of this video. So just stay tuned, stay connected to this video to understand the complete process about the exams. So let's start with the very first thing, where we are talking about the exam dates, slots and the duration. So guys, we are having the two cycles. Basically we call them as the regular cycle. One is the January cycle and second is the June cycle. So for January cycle, the exams normally held in the month of June and July. For June cycle, exams normally held in the month of December and January. Besides this, we are having two more cycles, which we call them as the backlog cycles, for which exams will be conducted in the month of April and September. So basically, if you are getting an UFM or might be due to some one or the another reason you are not able to give the exam in the regular cycle like December, January or June, July, you can give the exams in the month of April and September. But just make a note that it will be mentioned in your mark sheet, right? Then next thing is the exams are conducted normally on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Uh, as of now, the dates are 10th, 11th, 12th, 17th, 18th, 19th January 2025. We are having three slots. The one is the morning slot, second is the afternoon, and the third is the evening slot. Each slot is of 2.5 hours. So the morning slot is 9 to 11:30, then afternoon is of 1 to 3:30, and evening slot is 5 to 7:30. So exam duration is of 2.5 hours. Guys, at any moment of time, if you face any issue, you can just connect to me over the email ID, which I have just mentioning at the end of this slide, nmimsmba.cdo@gmail.com or ngasc.mba@gmail.com. Or on the right hand side, you can see this is the QR code. You can scan and you can just directly ping me. You can just directly connect me over the WhatsApp. Then second is the exam registration process. So on the left hand side you will get an option for the exam registration. On click of this you will get this screen where you can just select the exam city. There are, as of now we are having the two options. One is you can give from the home, or the second option is you can give from the NMIMS centers. If you are having some, you are not having the proper laptops or proper setups, or you are not having the good internet connectivity, then I would recommend you can just go to the exam centers and give the exams over there. Then you need to select the date and the slot we discussed earlier, the morning slot, afternoon slot or the evening slot. For all the six exams, you can select the exam center, the exam date and the exam time. For one exam, the charges is 800 bucks. So for six subjects, it's 4800. That will be the total exam fee. And after that, you can just proceed to the payment gateway. It will go to the payment, and you just need to initiate the payment. For few students, you might get some issue like you made the payment, but still it's not showing. Just wait for the couple of hours. There might be some internal glitch, there might be some system glitch, so just wait for some time, and still if you face the same issue, then you can raise a ticket on the NMIMS portal. One important thing, if you want to change your exam, anything like exam city, exam center, exam date, exam time, you can do it. uh, and NMM full charge 500 bucks for this for all the six subjects, right? Even if you want to change one subject or two subjects or three subjects or all the six subjects, they will charge 500 bucks. You need to make a payment of 500 and you can change your exam, exam date, exam time, or exam city. Might be if you're having some family function, you want to change the date or time, you can just do it. Now next we are coming on the examination pattern. So it's being categorized into three types of questions. The first one is the very easy questions, easy MCQ questions, which are 26 in the number, 1 marks for each question, total will be 26 marks. Then second is the 7 medium and the hard MCQs of 2 marks, the total will be 14 marks, and You will be getting 4 descriptive questions, out of which you need to give the answers for the 3 descriptive answers. Each question carries 100 marks, so total will be 30 marks. If you sum of all these easy, medium, hard and the descriptive questions, it will go to the 70 marks. The passing will be almost 40%. And one important thing is, like for all these questions, you will get, like for the MCQ questions you will get the 4 options, and for descriptive you need to write the answers. There is no limit of writing the any word count. Like there might be some question which you can just cover in I think in 200 or 300 words, or maybe some other lengthy ones for which you need to cover the 500 words or maybe more than that. Now, just I am covering few of the things, important checklist, which we call it as a pre-examination checklist. Like the very first important thing is the demo exam. So check the system compatibility by giving the demo exam for the metal protect proctor on your students portal. This is just a demo which you can give any number of times, right? Don't rely that these type of questions will come. No, this is just a demo exam to just check your system compatibility. One important thing is, many students are asking me the questions कि sir in the last page or and at each chapter you will get a couple of MCQ or the descriptive questions. Do the questions will be coming from that particular MCQs or the descriptive? So guys, no, questions can come from anywhere within the chapter. Even if you miss out one line, there is a possibility maybe you will get the question from that particular one line. So guessing or identifying that whatever the questions or will be coming, it's really very tough. But yes, as I mentioned earlier that I have just prepared the questions list, previous year questions, so that you will be able to understand that what type of questions will be coming. Definitely it will be covering maximum stuff of the exams questions. One important thing is the questions will be different for each student, right? So if two students are giving at a single time, don't think that both will be getting the same questions. The questions will be different. Even if you are giving in the same time or maybe at a different time, even there will be shuffling of the questions. The question which are getting the first number, the other person will be getting at the 10th number or the 11th number. Maybe he will be getting the different questions. It's just simply a tweaking of the questions. Now coming back, the pre-examination checklist, system compatibility, one of the most important thing. Second thing is check your network bandwidth. That is very important because if there is some breaks, it will be a little bit troublesome for you. So just make sure that you will be having proper internet connectivity. If not, you can just go for the exam set. The third one is the power backup, or its alternative. If you are using laptop, make sure it's fully charged, or if you're using the computer, make sure you are having the proper UPS or maybe some alternate power backup options. The next is check your room setup. That is very important because see, it is being proctored by a metal tool, right? It's not a human being. So if there's some noise coming in the background or may some not proper lighting, your face is not clearly visible, then AI will simply detect and it will say that you are cheating during the exam. So guys, make sure you are having a proper setup, you are having a proper sitting arrangement, because you are not allowed to roam here and there and you just move out in the 2.5 exams, half or exams. So make sure you are having a proper setup before giving the exam. Now, just before the exams, just when you are going to start the exam, there are few other things which you just keep very handy, and definitely these are the very important tips. And I would recommend to just make a note of these points. Like the very first thing is keep your ID card or any government ID proof handy, because firstly it will ask you to scan to just show it on the webcam. So many a times it happens like in a hurry you just miss out keeping the ID card, and you need to move out and bring your ID card and sit back. So it's better to keep your ID card handy. Second is keep your laptop fully charged. Like in the case of power failure due to some sudden issue, you should have a backup that it will run for the complete 2.5 hours. The third one is the keep metal helpline number, which is 80471 Save to your mobile in case of emergency, or just make a note somewhere. Otherwise, if there's some internet issue or your exam gets stopped in between, the person will a little bit get nervous, and at that time they just need to identify these things. So it's better to keep the helpline number handy or saved on your mobile number, on a mobile. Next is keep a pen and paper handy with you, though it's not being required. For few of the subjects where we need to solve some questions, you can just keep a pen or paper with you, though not required in most of the cases, because they will get you will just solve it on the screen, or maybe you can just use it a little bit, but not much. But yes, though you will get a lot of MCQ questions where you need to solve the numericals. Then next is keep a water bottle near you if you need it, because you are not allowed, and if you feel thirsty, they will not allow you to just move out. Going to the washrooms in between is also not allowed. So if you are having some disease, or if you want to go to the washrooms frequently, you just require to show your medical bills and medical prescription details prior to the exam. Otherwise, going to washrooms is not at all allowed during the complete examination. Make sure to not keep the mobiles nearby, as it happens in the past that many students keep their mobile even on the vibrate or the silent mode. AI can easily identify. So, guys, make sure you are not using the mobiles. Even many students are asking me the questions are, can we use the chat GPT, or we can use some other software online to just get the question. So, guys, don't get into all such mess. It will be a big problem for you. You are just losing your 800 bucks for one subject, so you need to give the exams again, and you will get a backlog. So it's better to prepare on your own and refer to my important descriptive questions or the MCQ question, the important previous year question. That will surely save you. Instead of going for these cheat codes, it's better to study well. The next important is make sure to keep sit in a silent room with no other very little noise, or safe, or on a safer note, keep all the doors and windows shut to avoid any external noise. It happens like you are having the kiddos at your home, and they are making a noise, or maybe some relatives comes during your exam and they are just talking, and because see, it is being proctored by an AI tool. So for AI tool, it's simply they won't understand that your kids are making noise or any relative is coming. It simply assume that there's some person who's sitting near to you and he's helping you with the answers, right? So just make sure that if you are the AI, or if you program some tool, definitely it will detect all these things. So make sure you sit in a silent room. Try to start your exam at a time slot. Normally it happens like we just thought, okay, we can just start after 5 or 10 minutes. So I would recommend to start it on time. But yes, if there is in case of delay, like if you are in some emergency, or maybe you are having some office call, or you are busy somewhere, don't get panic, as the link will be enabled for the next 15 minutes. So for morning exam 9, you can just start till 9:15. But if it crosses 9:15, you won't get an option, you won't get a link at 9:16. So you will getting a buffer of 15 minutes. 15 minutes are enough, right? So you can easily start. That's why I recommend to just start even 5 minutes earlier, so that you can just start exam at 9 a.m. Then last but not the least is the sit straight and keep facing the camera properly. Otherwise, you will receive a proctor notification. And even if, like in many cases, if you are not getting notification, it's good. But a single notification, make sure that you will be fall in the trap of UFM. So I will just giving a brief like how it happens. Like firstly, for 2.5 hours of question, it will be proctored by the Metal tool, Metal software, which uh, uh, which which is basically an AI tool that based on your webcam and based on your mic, it will analyze that everything is running fine and there is no use of unfair practices. If they find a single possibility, a 0.001% of possibility that there is something fish is happening, then it will alert you once, twice, thrice. If you will think that okay, if they are giving me alert and I can continue, no. If you are getting alerts, then there is a high probability you will get a UFM. And after you get the UFM, you need to submit your certificate justification to the NMIMS examination, and in 90-95% cases they won't consider it. So because at that time they will just because your everything is being motion is being recorded, so they will just check your video, they will see that everything is fine or not, and in 90% scenarios they will deny you a plead, and you need to give the exam in the next cycle. So guys, make sure to just make a note of all these pointers, so that you will be able to crack the exam in one go. Now I'm just showing you this thing like the previous year question bank. So I'm just quickly jumping to this is my drive. So I'm just quickly showing you how I have just collated all the questions and the previous, like I'm just opening any of the random, like the chapter 1. So basically I have just prepared it chapter wise. These are some MCQ questions. So 40 I have just prepared for the easy one, then I have prepared 30 for the medium type, and 30 for the tougher questions, right? And so this will be the 100 MCQ questions. And after that, there will be 5 descriptive questions. What will be the type of descriptive questions, and just specified the page numbers. So similar way I have just prepared for each of the chapters. So per chapter it's 100 questions and 5 questions. That is enough for cracking any of your exam, right? Or maybe I can just randomly show any of the, like if I just go to the any other subject, then you will be able to see these types of questions, right? I can just show it for the business communication, or maybe I can just show it for the marketing. Sorry, I have just not having the drive access, so there might be a possibility that or maybe I can just show it on my local drive maybe. So if I just open, so these are the type of questions you will be getting for each. We are having the 4 options, then you need to just select any one of these. And this way I have just prepared all of these MCQ and descriptive questions for each subject. So definitely this will help you for your exams, so you can just refer these questions. And still, if you need any help, any assistance, any guidance for the exams, just feel free to just connect to me anytime. I'm here by sharing my email ID, just reiterating my email ID: NMIMS mba.cdu@gmail.com or ngsc.mba@gmail.com, or you can just directly connect to me over the WhatsApp. So you can just scan this code and you will be directly connected to my WhatsApp. So all the very best, guys. Hope you will be crack all these exams with the flying colors. And definitely this new year will bring a lot of happiness and joy to your family. So happy new year, guys, to you and your family. And again, if you have any doubts, you can just connect to me over email ID, or you can just connect to me over LinkedIn. And if you like this video, please like, do subscribe, and stay connected to my channel for further videos. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.